Welcome to ECO312, Study Session 12, Pricing. Introduction. In this study session, we will examine price as one of the controllable variables in any given marketing activity. In doing this, we will examine pricing objectives and how to determine price. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this session, you should be able to analyze how prices act as one of the controllable variables in any given marketing activities. Concept of price. A little stretch of the price gives us another word, pricing, which connotes that price is continuous. Pricing, according to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, is the act of deciding how much to charge for something. However, the word price is a commonly used word. In most daily transactions or trades, we have people ask how much, where is the price, what is the cost, and so on. All these are different ways of referring to the price of goods, services, or ideas. Price is as old as money, for it is from money that the word price was derived. It is noteworthy to say that in the barter economy, an economy in which goods and services were exchanged for goods and services, the word price had little or no usage. For a better understanding to emerge, let us attempt the definition of the word price. In the words of Chineye, 2006, price is one of the key controllable variables available to a marketer in the process of adapting to dynamic and competitive business environment. Price is a measure of value and could mean anything in terms of exchange in an economy, according to ECO312SS12 2006. In the opinion of this author, price are both the monetary and non-monetary sacrifice that one makes in order to obtain a good and a service. This view of this author finds justification from his economic background. Economists share the opinion that the amount paid by a buyer is not the true price of the product he wishes to buy, rather the other alternatives which he has to forego in order to buy the product. However, explaining the implication of price in environmental management, Nwosu in Chineye 2006 says it represents such things as the time, energy, habit change, efforts, and the few sacrifices spent or made by members of the target population in order to get the benefits of responding positively to the message of the environmental program. From the foregoing, one understands that price is justifiably one of those controllable variables that any organization can manipulate to survive in the market. If price is set too high, the organization loses part of its market share, and setting a low price might affect the value of the product. This especially occurs in a situation where the consumers assess the value of the product they buy based on their prices. Pricing objectives. Different business organizations set different pricing objectives. Among these series of objectives are the ones listed below. 1. To realize the target market share. 2. To maximize long-run and short-run profits. 3. To achieve a target return on investment. 4. To prevent or to meet competition. 5. To maintain a desirable level of cash flow. 6. To ensure the long-run survival of the business organization. Methods of price determination. Under this subheading, our interest is to examine the different methods adopted by business organizations when setting pricing for their product. Cost-oriented pricing method. This method is common among wholesalers and retailers. Hence, marking up pricing is employed. By markup pricing, the author means an increase in the price of something based on the difference between the cost of producing it and the price it is sold. Therefore, to arrive at the selling price of a product, the seller adds to the cost of the product a certain predetermined percentage. Break-even analysis prices. At the point of break-even, the organization neither makes profit nor losses. It exists at the point of interaction of the total revenue curve and the total cost curve. It helps the management to know the unit that has to be sold at any given price in order to break even. Target return pricing. Here, price calculation is based on the volume of sales that the organization wishes to sell within a given period of time. The formula for its calculation is stated thus: SP, that is selling price, equals DVC, that is direct unit variable cost, plus F over X plus RK over X. F equals fixed cost, X equals standard unit of volume, R equals profit rate desired, and K equals capital employed. Competition-oriented pricing. Competition has to stay in the business world. Aside few products that enjoy monopoly, all others witness competition. Pricing under this situation is done in anticipation of the response of other competitors in the same product line. The price set by any firm may be the same, above or below that set by its competitors. To make this decision, the firm must bring to focus its broad objectives. Demand-oriented pricing. The term demand simply refers to the quantity of goods and services that buyers are willing and ready to buy at any given price, time, and place. Under this pricing method, the perception or behavior of the consumers or buyers towards the available goods and services help the seller in deciding on the price to sell. Pricing strategies. By pricing strategies, we are referring to those organizational pricing plans that are intended towards achieving the organizational goals. These strategies can differ from one business organization to another. In this lecture, our attention will be given to the following. 1. Skimming pricing strategy. 2. Penetration pricing strategy. 3. Prestige pricing. 4. Customary pricing. 5. Price leading strategy. And 6. Cost-oriented pricing. Skimming pricing strategy. Under this pricing strategy, the seller introduces his product into the market with a very high price and later begins to reduce it as new entrants or competitors join the line of product. This strategy goes with the favor of attracting high profit to the firm at the early stage of the product life. On the contrary, it could spell doom for the firm in the long run. Penetration pricing strategy. This pricing strategy almost does the opposite of the skimming strategy discussed above. Its objective is to achieve high sales volume, in turn bring high total revenue. Prestige pricing. The concept of any company that adopts this pricing strategy is to create a very high image for its product by pricing it very high. This strategy brings many sales in an environment where consumers assess the value of a product by its price. Customary pricing strategy. Under this pricing strategy, firms consider the sizes and content of the product rather than the changing economic situation while fixing prices. Price leading strategy. Here, a firm accepted by others as the leader of the industry sets the price and no other firm sets its own price above it. A firm could assume a leadership position through its innovative ability, financial capability, promotional activities, and high quality product. Cost orientation. A well-known guide to any firm why setting prices is the cost per unit of the item produced. Under this strategy, the firm becomes conscious of its unit cost of production, bearing in mind that total cost equals fixed cost plus variable cost. The firm focuses much on the variable since the fixed cost, as the name suggests, does not change. Summary. In this study session, you learned that pricing is one of the controllable variables in marketing activities. Also, we examined the objective of pricing. We equally discussed the methods of price determination. Further examined in this session are the different pricing strategies that any firm can adopt. This is the end of study session 12. Thanks for listening.